All right, guys. The Cowboys have suddenly cut second most accurate kicker in NFL history, Dan Bailey. I'm gonna hand it over to Mitch and see what he has to say about this.
Yeah, so it kind of surprised me, being 100% honest with you. I did not see this coming, but Jerry's kind of a, I don't know the word. He makes decisions without necessarily always thinking about the full consequences, but maybe they have a good reason for cutting him. Maybe he's injured, maybe there are other problems, maybe this kid's really good. I don't know. So Logan, what are your thoughts?
Well, the only thing that I have put my faith in Jerry for a long time, and honestly, at this point, Jerry's not the one making the cuts. It's Steven most of the time. And in my opinion, I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna agree or disagree. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna trust Steven because they saw our backup kicker Matt Maher. He played 3 seasons in the CFL. He went to the University of Nebraska. He's been on the Cowboys practice squad multiple times, a lot of different seasons, and he made a 58-yarder right down the middle in the Texans game, which is longer than Dan Bailey's career long. So maybe they just want a nice younger leg in the locker room, but also Dan Bailey did tear his hamstring last year, and he hasn't been really the same person since. He missed 5 in a row 35-yard field goals in training camp. So they must have really not been confident in his kicking ability. So that's
I,
just that.
I think that a lot of people are really criticizing the Cowboys, but they weren't at the practices, and I had heard that Dan Bailey had not been kicking well, and we all saw him last season, and we saw that he was missing field goals that he usually makes, and
But that was after.
we don't judge players based on their past. It's how they were performing, and Dan Bailey, second most accurate. Yeah, but how was he this last season?
Yeah,
Not very good.
yeah, after the injury.
After his injury, he was severely
And
disabled.
this is why I give the Cowboys praise, because you remember there was a kicker by the name of Nick Folk who was outstanding. Then they tore his groin, or he injured himself. The Cowboys rushed him back too fast. He was sucked. And honestly, I blame the Cowboys for Dan Bailey now. Dan Bailey, he got injured. They should have just kept him sitting out. They should have kept him out for the whole year, but they rushed him back, and he might have ended up hurting himself more. So the Cowboys might have just ruined Dan Bailey's career.
But okay, so now let's focus on away from the Cowboys and towards the other teams. What team, or what do you think's going to happen with him now? What team do you think he'll just stay in free agency? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, I don't think he's going to get signed immediately because obviously, if he got cut either for bad or good, if we do know he's been injured, so he obviously has to go past physicals and all that. So teams might take. My guess would be the Chargers. The Chargers have had tremendous kicking issues. Last year, the Chargers, they lost a lot of games by just 3 points because their kickers were missing like 30-yard field goals. So I could definitely see him going to the Chargers, or really just any team needs a kicker. He will get picked up this year. There will be a kicker injury. I know, but if am I there I think that hamstring, when you tear your hamstring, you need your hamstring for kicking, whether it was his planting leg or his kicking leg. Your planting leg, you're not going to get enough power to kick. If it's your kicking leg, you're not going to be able to fully extend your leg without tremendous pain.
So, adding on to the list of teams that I think might use his services, the Houston Texans, although people may shout out that they do have Kaimi Fairbairn, so I'll give him that, but he's only a second-year kicker, and he missed some field goals in his first season. He was good, but Dan Bailey's better, and I believe that Bill O'Brien and the new GM down there might try and go after this guy, or at least explore the options, because honestly, for his level of play, if he can get back to his first level, his original level pre-injury, he's probably worth the price tag they're going to have to pay.
And I have another conspiracy theory because Stephen Jones did say the people that the 53-man roster on the Cowboys might not, everyone's not going to be on it yet. So that gave me suspicion. Dan Bailey was making, I think, what, 4 million a year?
3.4 million a year.
3.4. If they're true about going for Earl Thomas, which Seattle's saying, no, we're not going to trade him. Don't come out at us with offers. That's really weird because you don't just come out and start yelling, no, don't make any offers. That tells me Seattle is in a frantic mood and they're really trying to trade him. And if the Cowboys, they might need that extra $3 million or $4 million in the next couple of years off Dan Bailey. And honestly, if we get Earl Thomas, I care less about Dan Bailey being gone. But the Cowboys are such a rabid fan base. You know, the first time Dan Maher misses a field goal, people are gonna say Dan Bailey would have made that.
All right, guys. I'm going to keep it real for you. Earl Thomas wants to come to the Cowboys, okay? Does Seattle want to let him go? Probably not. Their defense is in shambles. Their team is falling apart. So I doubt that they want to trade the cornerstone of their defense. But
But if he's not going to be there, then what's the point anyway?
do we think? I wonder if Earl Thomas is going to have some issues playing for them. If he's going to maybe, I don't know what he's going to do, but maybe he decides that he's not going to show up to practices, whatever he does. I wonder if Seattle has a situation like that going on and it's not being reported and we don't know because everyone's saying, oh, Cowboys are so desperate for Earl Thomas. But what if it's the other way around? Have we ever thought about the fact that Seattle might not want Earl Thomas and they're just trying to get somebody like some higher value for him?
Well, no, we know Seattle. Seattle has said numerous times that they love Earl Thomas. They want to keep him. But Earl left Seattle. He literally said, "I'm moving from Seattle. I am not going back there unless they give me a contract." He's in Texas right now. He was at Longhorns training camp with Texas. He said he's moved all of his stuff here. He's living in Austin, and that's that. So we're gonna wrap the segment up there, guys. Tune in. We're gonna be trying to drop segments frequently. So yeah, that's been Day. I'm Logan,
Mitch.
and this has been Daily Dose Sports.